this look at the best original reporting from KPBS News this week. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Coming up, local animal shelters are overwhelmed. Hear from staff who say they've never dealt with anything like this, especially when it comes to the number of local dogs that need a home. San Diego's new community college chancellor, Greg Smith, talks with KPBS about taking over the job permanently and what's motivating him to do this work. And Ocean Beach might look a lot different in the near future as the city of San Diego announces it will demolish the landmark Pier. And we start with the simple task of getting from A to B. For those who rely on public transit, it can be a time-consuming task, especially in North County. The region's transit agency has a new CEO with ambitious plans to make it better. He talked with KPBS reporter Jacob Ayer.
From low ridership to crumbling cliffs to staffing shortages,
thank you for your cooperation.
The North County Transit District is facing a slew of problems. Here's what some transit riders told us.
It's pretty nice overall, but there are a lot of crazy things that happen often, like a lot of homeless people taking the transit for free and then they cause commotions around.
If I would have an option between car and public transportation, and I would obviously go for car.
They'll work if you have the time and patience to take them.
That was Arnold Onima, Nikita Sharma, and Roger Quadra. We talked to all of them at the Cal State San Marcos Transit Station. These are issues that will be faced by the district's new chief executive officer, Sean Donaghy.
Have we expanded to the correct places? Do we have frequent service enough that will get somebody to the rail line in order to make some of those connections?
Donaghy has worked in transportation for more than 25 years. Most recently, he was the CEO of C-Tran in Vancouver, Washington. It was twice named the North American Public Transit System of the Year during his time there.
I think a lot of transit agencies suffer from the system that they have in place now is the same system that they've had in place for 25 or 30 years. And you'll see this sort of shift in population, either from cities or growth in outer county.
He plans to draw on his past efforts to accomplish some lofty goals for a system that includes 2 rail lines and 32 bus lines throughout North County.
I think it's a combination of all those. It's maybe more frequent service on the rail. On the bus side, it's definitely things like bus rapid transit or some type of express type bus in corridors that need it.
We don't have the frequency that we need in order to get people to use public transit at a higher level. But once we get that frequency, right, we can continue to grow our ridership.
Vista City Councilwoman Karina Contreras is a member of the Transit District Board and a weekly user of the system. She says increasing service is just one challenge.
I don't want folks in my community to suffer the consequences of a public transit system that they rely on that is not reliable.
It's a concern shared in other parts of North County, too.
Carlsbad is blessed with a lot of hospitality businesses, and a lot of those folks need reliable public transportation.
Carlsbad's Chamber of Commerce president and CEO Brett Schanzenbach says if public transit options were improved, it could help benefit those commuters and benefit business districts. He says it can sometimes take almost 2 hours on the bus system to get between North County cities.
One of the challenges that we face is that first mile, last mile question that a lot of people deal with. So we have great trains going up and down with the coaster, 2 different stops in Carlsbad specifically, but then getting those folks all the way out to the business park where the biggest employment centers are has been a challenge.
Donaghy has one word for what he sees as the biggest challenge.
It's infrastructure. I think we have a very unique opportunity through the current presidential administration that there's more money available now for rail and bus.
He's got a few projects in mind for that money.
I think North County specifically, there's a lot of opportunity between double tracking of the Sprinter and the coaster lines.
That means putting another set of tracks in areas where right now there's only one. But there's another issue with the tracks, particularly in Del Mar.
Obviously, the Bluffs is an issue where there's some erosion there.
Donaghy officially starts with North County Transit District on March 1st. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
And this story was included in the North County Focus newsletter. You can sign up at the link on our screen, kpbs.org/North County Focus. It's one of several newsletters available from KPBS. The use of drones by police in Chula Vista is not without controversy. Now it's the center of a lawsuit being appealed to the California Supreme Court. Investigative reporter Amita Sharma looks into the issues of transparency and accountability at the heart of the case.
La Prensa San Diego publisher Art Castañeras sued Chula Vista in 2021 after its police department denied his Public Records Act request for its drone footage. A Superior Court judge ruled in favor of the city last year, saying the video was investigative and thus exempt from disclosure. But an appellate court said the judge erred and ordered the city to review the requested video and determine what is actually investigated. Chula Vista officials declined a KPBS interview request. In a statement, the city said it was, quote, concerned that the Court of Appeals opinion may compromise significant privacy concerns of members of the public in this case or in future requests. For that reason, the Chula Vista City Council agreed to seek review of the matter by the Supreme Court of the state of California, end quote. Castañeras says the city is disingenuous when it uses privacy concerns to justify keeping surveillance video from the public.
They're arguing that there could be so many instances of violating people's privacy that releasing the video to me or to anybody else will further violate individuals' privacy rights. What that means is, if that's true, is that they have already violated people's privacy by the way they're flying these drones.
If the Supreme Court decides not to take the case, the appellate decision stands. Amita Sharma, KPBS News.
Our coverage this week includes two San Diego landmarks with much different futures. First, the end may be near for the Ocean Beach Pier, which has been in disrepair for years. Alexander Nguyen has more on the bittersweet news for locals.
The pier is an iconic part of Ocean Beach.
I've grown up around the pier.
People from far and wide come here to take photos and take in the view.
It's really a spectacular sight.
The pier has been closed since October. It was further damaged by the winter storms in late December. But local residents were still surprised to see the application for demolition notice posted on the pier this weekend. Lisa Munoz lives near the pier and was sad to see the notice.
I'm a San Diego native, and so I have a lot of memories on Ocean Beach Pier, so I was hoping they would be able to renovate it.
The city is in the middle of the planning phase to renew the pier. The 57-year-old pier has reached the end of its service life. The city says the notice is not related to the storm damage and there are no active plans to tear down the pier. The notice is part of the process for the environmental study required under the California Environmental Quality Act.
As you can see, the waves are slamming these pilings pretty hard. Last winter, a storm took out one of these pilings, and the city is doing an assessment to see if the pier can be reopened.
Jim Hickey says it's a good idea that the city wants to replace the pier, but he thinks it should be opened for the time being so people can enjoy it again.
If they repaired some of the pilings where the heavy surf hits under the cafe and everything, it might be a good idea until they decide to make the move.
The pier will be closed until city engineers assess its stabilization. For now, officials are asking beachgoers to stay away from the pier. Alexander Nguyen, KPBS News.
A few miles away, one of the most photographed buildings in San Diego is getting a refresh. KPBS environment reporter Eric Anderson shows us the progress made at the Botanical Building.
A tall crane hoisted the cupola to the top of the building. The carefully rebuilt dome resumed its perch on the roof of a wooden and steel structure that was built in 1915.
To see that symbolic moment of literally the pinnacle of the project, the cupola being installed, just symbolizes for all of us working so hard on this project what this will mean to the community to have it complete.
Water was rotting the building, which was last renovated in the 1950s.
There were a lot of places where water was trapped, the steel deteriorated, and new steel needed to be put in.
Jim Summers was a project manager for a restoration effort that began in earnest in 2022. The steel frame holds up the wooden slats that serve as a roof, which remains open to the elements. Much of the building's botanical collection is living elsewhere during the work.
The plants that were removed were the ones that were rare or exceptional, and those are being cared for by the Parks and Rec staff, and those will be moved back into the building. You'll notice that some of the larger species are still on site inside the building, even during construction.
Some of the exterior parts of the building are ready for stucco, and the steel is wearing shiny new paint.
What we've done with the coatings we've used, with the change in the connections, and all the new wood, this thing should last at least 50 years.
The renovation should be complete by the end of summer, but there's more work that has to be done on the gardens around the outside of the structure. When that's all complete, the public will be able to enjoy the building. Eric Anderson, KPBS News.
Dog overcrowding has reached a critical stage at San Diego County shelters. KPBS reporter Jacob Ayer says this is a crisis playing out nationwide, and there's a desperate need for people who can foster or adopt a furry friend.
Man's best friends are desperately in need of a home to call their own. In San Diego and across the U.S., more dogs are being brought into animal shelters than are being reclaimed or adopted.
About a year and a half ago, everything slowed down.
Dana Michael is president of the Animal Rescue Resource Foundation, a nonprofit organization based out of North County.
So I get 2-3 calls a day. People, can you take my dog? Can you take my dog? Can you take my dog? And I think that's always been the case, but the shelters have had room. And now they don't have room.
Shelters like those run by the San Diego County Department of Animal Services are now at a critical stage of overcrowding at both of their locations, in Bonita and Carlsbad.
We're operating right around 97-98% capacity on a daily basis.
Carl Smith is the assistant director with the Department of Animal Services. He's concerned that many dogs are now staying longer than 6 months, particularly larger breeds like Huskies.
Any of our animal, and specifically dogs that are here over 6 months, they start to decline rapidly. So we want to get those dogs out as fast as possible.
The situation is similar at the San Diego Humane Society, says the organization's Nina Thompson. They set a record for the number of canines in their care last October, 727 dogs. That's more than double the number of kennels they have.
We've never seen a year like 2023 before. Right now, 2024 is starting off at an alarming rate. So we're hoping that the trend is going to change. But historically, for San Diego Humane Society, we've never seen anything like this.
While all shelters in San Diego County will not kill a dog due to space or time constraints, the overcrowding can severely impact the dog's health. But why is this happening? One theory, according to Smith,
just the economic conditions across the nation. A lot of people are being forced to relocate into apartments that are not willing to accept pets. Plus the insurance for some breeds has become very difficult to get. The other issue is just that just to care for an animal, it's expensive.
Forbes magazine says the average cost of a vet visit in California is about $72. Thompson says another reason for the overcrowding may be the pause of spay and neuter clinics during the pandemic, leading to more puppies being born. With all the dogs short on space, Smith and Thompson are asking for help in the form of fostering or adopting a pooch for those who have room in their hearts and homes. Jacob Ayer, KPBS News.
You can watch KPBS content anytime on our YouTube page. Subscribe and get notifications when new items are posted, and that includes stories from the KPBS newsroom and our other local programs. It's also where we live stream KPBS Evening Edition, weeknights at 5. Here are some of the most popular stories this week according to our online audience. The search for missing Navy SEALs continues off the coast of Somalia after a weapons seizure. An eclectic shop in Little Italy is set to close after nearly 30 years in business, and the high cost of housing contributes to inflation in San Diego. Federal officials could soon be the target of another lawsuit linked to the region's persistent cross-border sewage problem. KPBS environment reporter Eric Anderson says the new lawsuit may lead to even more legal challenges.
San Diego Coastkeeper put the federal government on notice in late December. The environmental advocacy group filed an intent to sue the International Boundary and Water Commission for violating the sewage discharge permit at the federal government's South Bay sewage plant.
We have tried, along with many, many other groups and elected officials, to take a softer route to find funding, to encourage IBWC to work more quickly, but none of that thus far has worked.
The sewage infrastructure south of the border is broken, allowing billions of gallons of sewage-tainted water to flow into the United States. Those contaminated flows have overwhelmed the sewage capture and treatment facilities on this side of the border. That's a violation of the IBWC's discharge permit, which requires the plant to meet Clean Water Act standards.
Fecal coliform or enterococcus, kind of sewage bacteria indicators, have to be at a low enough level so that they don't threaten public health or degrade the environment. And the same with a whole range of things. In this case, the South Bay treatment plant has limits on a number of chemicals that are, because it treats sewage from Tijuana, that sewage also has toxic chemicals and hazardous substances in it.
The problem is not new, and the region's pollution regulators, the San Diego Water Quality Control Board, are working with the IBWC instead of punishing the federal agency.
The board is aware of the violations. The board has authority to take strong enforcement action, and to date they have not done that. And so we are stepping in as citizens, as a clean water advocacy group, to take action to hold IBWC accountable.
Regional board officials have issued citations, but they have not fined the federal agency for violating terms of its discharge permit. The board's David Gibson says a Supreme Court decision in the early 1990s linked to Clean Water Act violations in Ohio rules that out.
In that, the Supreme Court ruled that unless Congress has specifically waived sovereign immunity applies under the Clean Water Act and other federal statutes. Federal immunity has not been waived for the International Boundary and Water Commission.
Regulators have given the federal agency until August to make much-needed repairs to the aging sewage treatment plant, but the $18 million due to be spent falls well short of the $300 million needed to rehabilitate the plant.
So while we cannot issue punitive fines, we can work with them and ensure that they understand the expectations under the Clean Water Act. We can turn to U.S. EPA for support, federal agency to federal agency, to make sure that the right things happen in the right order to bring the plant back into compliance.
For the last 10 years, we've had underinvestment in this plant. There hasn't been appropriate maintenance. There hasn't been appropriate operations, which is why we're in the debacle we are in right now.
Paloma Aguirre is at the end of her rope. Her town's beaches have been off limits to swimmers and surfers for well over 2 years. And that's brutal for a community that celebrates its connection to the ocean.
We're in the worst situation we've ever been. So we need to use every single tool available to us to make sure that the agencies that are in charge of protecting public health, that the agencies that are in charge of wastewater treatment, that the agencies that are in charge of protection of our environment, that they're all held accountable and responsible. Because right now we have a crisis that is the biggest public health and environmental crisis of our region, if not the nation.
Imperial Beach led the effort to sue the federal government 6 years ago after federal officials promised to do more to stop the polluted flows. But the flows have gotten worse. Aguirre is taking a hard look at canceling the settlement. Coastkeepers Philip Musigas says he won't settle because he wants to see
court-ordered federal court legal agreement that will hold IBWC accountable if they don't meet these deadlines.
The lawsuit could be filed in March. IBWC officials referred KPBS to the Department of Justice for comment. The DOJ declined. Eric Anderson, KPBS News.
This week, the San Diego Convention Center hosted a solar energy expo, but it's not just about technology and workshops. SciTech reporter Thomas Fudge tells about a sporting event you've probably never even imagined, the Solar Games.
The solar installation team Grid Alternatives is competing in the Solar Games, and they've got a fan base. The California all-women's team was playing their first round against Northwest Electric and Solar from Washington State. What are they doing? Well, they're putting something on a roof.
So we have 3 rounds, and it's single elimination, and each team has 90 minutes. We're competing roof to roof. Each team has 90 minutes to install an array of 10 modules. in addition to a battery backup system.
Whether watching solar roof installation is a good spectator sport is open to debate. Team coach Anna Bautista is also the VP for construction at Grid Alternatives. They're a nonprofit company focused on bringing solar energy to low-income households. She says the players are definitely into the test of skills and the race against the clock.
I think for a lot of teams, they're here for the money. First prize is $10,000. For us, the most important thing is representation. We love to win and get some money out of competition, but we really are here to represent for all genders in the industry.
This is the part where it starts to get exciting. They're actually installing the solar panels. Competitors say to win at the Solar Games, you need speed and accuracy. You got to do it right. Gabe von Welsheim coaches a team, and he's owner of the solar company Aloha Solar in Encinitas, which had just won its first round.
And we're putting racking, rapid shutdown panels, wiring it up, battery, hooking it all to an inverter, essentially as quick as we can and as safely, and also do it as per the manufacturer specs.
The Solar Expo and the Solar Games run at the San Diego Convention Center through Friday when the final teams compete. So we'll learn tomorrow who goes home with that $10,000. Thomas Fudge, KPBS News.
And the solar industry has seen a lot of changes lately, some of which have led to layoffs and other problems. That's part of the discussion on this week's KPBS Roundtable. You can stream it at kpbs.org. It's also available on all major podcast platforms. The week started with America taking time to remember the late Martin Luther King Jr. His legacy lives on through service, celebration, and the ongoing struggle for equal rights and social justice. KPBS education reporter MG Perez says that's also part of the mission for the chancellor of the San Diego Community College District, who is now taking over the job permanently.
San Diego's annual Martin Luther King Jr. parade rolled down the Embarcadero Sunday morning with a strong contingent of college students, led by the San Diego Community College District's acting chancellor, Greg Smith. Next week, he will take the permanent position when the Board of Trustees is set to approve his contract.
I have a responsibility to correct things that people who look like me have created.
Smith is direct about discrimination and the American history that so many politicians and pundits disagree over right now when it comes to the discussion of slavery, civil rights, and social justice for marginalized minority communities who have suffered most.
And so I exist in a context where I may not have been the enslaver, but I have benefited tremendously from that racial hierarchy. So it's on me to be part of solving that and take a proactive role in solving it.
The Board of Trustees has reached consensus on the conditional approval of Gregory Smith to serve as our district's next chancellor.
In December, the district's board promoted Smith from acting chancellor, a position he's held since last March.
Public service in higher education is the most rewarding work one can undertake.
Smith stepped up from his job as head of human resources to replace previous Chancellor Carlos Cortez, who unexpectedly resigned for personal reasons.
I was not expecting there to be a need to serve as acting chancellor. I wasn't expecting that the board would be thinking of me if that moment came.
That moment has come, leading a district with a majority of students who come from marginalized communities of color, who want equity and access and an affordable education, starting at the international border. The new year brings a new law with a pilot program allowing low-income students living within 45 miles of the California-Mexico border to attend community college and not have to pay much more expensive out-of-state tuition. It works both ways.
We drop a significant financial barrier for members of our community who just happen to live on the other side of that border. And there's a reciprocal agreement that comes with that. Our residents will now be able to go over to institutions in northern Mexico and take classes there as in-state or as with resident tuition as well.
Smith will also advocate for every dollar the district can get from the state budget. Governor Newsom's new spending proposal includes $60 million for community colleges to expand their nursing programs, including more four-year bachelor's degrees. And there is continued state support for affordable student housing. That includes funding for the district's mid-rise apartment complex planned at City College through a state lease revenue bond.
We are capable of creating the curriculum, the certificates, and the degrees that demonstrate that value to society, that can help us raise the standard of living wages across all industries in our region and improve the experience we all have in our communities.
Almost 100,000 students will be served by the San Diego Community College District this year at City, Mesa, Miramar, and the 7 other campuses of the College of Continuing Education. The spring semester starts January 29th, and enrollment is already up 10% from last year. This MLK holiday marks the beginning of a new era.
What I'd love to see is a district where every member, student, employee, community member coming in, feels like I can be who I authentically am here, and I will belong. And in that, I can actually achieve success.
That dream could be much closer to reality this year. MG Perez, KPBS News.
Some political news this week, though not for the 2024 election. San Diego's Toni Atkins says she will run for California governor in 2026. Current Governor Gavin Newsom will be termed out by then. Atkins has served in state and local government for decades, most recently as the state Senate president. And the next step in the 2024 presidential election is just a few days away. Tuesday, New Hampshire will hold the nation's first primary of the election cycle, and California's is now less than 2 months away. KPBS will be ramping up our coverage of local and state races. And one way to keep track is at the KPBS Voter Hub. Look for the link on our homepage to stay informed. And we hope that you enjoyed this look at KPBS News this week. I'm Maya Trabulsi. Thanks for joining us.